Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of the e-commerce lab by Ecomcy, the place of everything related to Amazon FBA and e-commerce. My name is Vincenzo Toscano, founder and CEO of Ecomcy, and today we bring another special friend, which is John Cavendish, who is the founder and CEO of Seller Candy, an amazing solution when it comes to helping you with everything related to Amazon Seller Central support and much more, which actually is what we're going to be speaking today. When it comes to Amazon Seller Central support, it's always like every single time you go into LinkedIn or Facebook, every single place, everybody's having an issue. They don't know how to really deal with Amazon or to submit an appeal, etc. And that's why I feel Seller Candy is a perfect solution for that. I'm making sure you actually focus on working on scaling your business, right, and having to reply every 12 hours to the same copy paste reply from Amazon. So John, it's a pleasure to have you here. How you doing, my friend?
Oh, Vincenzo, thank you for the kind words and thank you for having me. Yeah, I'm very good.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for being here. To be honest, the reason why I want you to be here is because I have seen what you guys are doing with Seller Candy, and I think it's an amazing solution because I mean, I own an agency, and every single day I work with sellers that they're really struggling to navigate basically how to deal with a Seller Central, and having a solution like yours that is so intuitive, fast, and easy to fix issues, I think is game changer. And that's why I want you to spread the word so people can get to know you more. Now, before we jump into that, I would like to first start with you, John. I think with my podcast, something that I found very fascinating is always the founders and their story and how they came into do what they're doing right now. And I would like to learn from you, John, and so audience can know who's John, how you got started into e-commerce, and what made you do Seller Candy. Yeah.
Sure, thank you. Yeah, I mean, when I got into e-commerce, I was living like 2 miles from you, where you currently live, like across the
Yeah.
river in the east end of London.
Yeah.
And I was an engineer. So I was working as an engineer in a
Nice.
consultancy company, like a mechanical engineer, nothing to do with tech, nothing to do with online, like just
Yeah. Similar to me.
mechanical.
Nice.
Yeah,
Mhm.
sitting at a desk doing spreadsheets. What engineers do, not all the cool
Yeah.
stuff. Sitting at a desk doing spreadsheets.
Yeah.
And I wanted to make money online. I was like, how can I make money online? So I did what everyone else did. I Googled it. I thought I'll become a blogger. This was 2014. I'll
Mhm.
make YouTube videos. I'll do this different stuff, but I'm not a good writer. I wasn't very good on camera. And when I was listening to a podcast, I think it was My Wife Quit Her Job, like Steve Chew's podcast.
Yes.
I
Mhm.
think Ryan Moran was on that. And he was talking about ASM because he was a massive ASM affiliate back then, making loads
Yeah.
of money just just pushing ASM to his group, the tribe. So I was like, I understand this. I can, even without signing up, I can see the steps it would be from finding something to launching. So I was like, well, to hold myself accountable, I'll sign up for a course. I signed up for ASM. In ASM 4, when everyone said it was too late to get into e-commerce
Yeah.
because
I
ASM was already
remember.
number 4. Now it's number 16 or something.
Yeah.
And yeah, started that. So I was contracting as an engineer at the time, although I was super young. I was unhappy with the job anyway, so I started contracting, selling my time
Mhm.
for money, and so I had spare cash. So luckily, I put like $6,000, something like that,
Okay.
into a product. Started off, and I never looked back from there. Really, like it started
Wow.
slow, but it grew and grew, and we did like $1 million AR annual revenue by like 18 months later,
Wow.
and
That's crazy.
kind of grew from
Very
there.
fast growth.
Yeah, we were the opposite way of everyone else though, because I did Europe at the time. So I did Europe, and nothing was set up in
Mm.
Europe. There was no PANI UFBA. There was none of this stuff. I had to use a service and then try and cobble together how to register for VAT in different countries, and
Yeah.
it was pre all of this stuff.
I see.
Um, yeah, so
Good.
we grew, and it was great.
Wow.
Then the next step. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Go on. Yeah. Go on.
Well, the next step after that was like it wasn't very fulfilling selling supplements on Amazon, and I was like, it was all right.
You tell me. You
Wasn't my
tell me.
life's
Yeah.
passion,
I have that
but
experience.
making money is obviously always good, but
Yeah.
selling supplements on Amazon didn't fulfill me. So I tried a few different things. Like with a partner, we made a course back in the day, like 2016
Mhm.
or 2017, called FBA Frontiers, where we help people expand into Europe.
Okay.
We sold quite a few of those. Then from there, I got into Tony Robbins and started doing personal
Mm.
development stuff. And I was
Nice.
like, I want to do something that adds more value to the world, and do
So
something
I
that
bet
excites
then you
me.
did a lot of jumps, dancing, screaming. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
love it.
And as
Yeah, I've been
you
to
living
the
in
ones
Guernsey,
he does here in Birmingham. He does a few every single year. He does events here in Birmingham. Very
mm,
nice, very nice. Yeah,
the one
for sure.
in July, sorry, in Birmingham.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, you should go. You should go. You should meet my COO. He's based
Ah,
in the UK. He's also going. I bought him a ticket. I bought all my
nice,
team
nice.
tickets to
That's
different
good.
Tony Robbins events.
Good. So gonna meet there
Yeah,
then.
cool. I'll introduce him.
Yeah.
So I was doing this, and I was like, how can I add more value? An agency. So similar to you, an agency model.
Hmm.
Um, so as most people do when they start a new model, they think operations is everything. So I spent six
Yes.
months screwing around with my operating team, trying to make things work,
Hmm.
and then realized, oh, I need to sell. So I got a sales coach, and from there we very quickly scaled from selling nothing to getting up to like $1 million run rate worth of selling in about a year again as well.
Okay.
And then as I was growing, I was like, I don't want to scale the operations on this thing. Like, I don't want
Hmm.
to have to build a creative agency plus an ads agency plus
Hmm.
all these things you
That's
need to run.
that's me.
And
Yeah.
if you can make it work, it's amazing. Because I know people that make it
Yeah.
work
Yeah.
and make a lot of money, and it's good. But as I was growing, I heard about productized services as a business, which
Yes.
is doing a small scope of things really well.
Hmm.
And I was like, well, we could bring this into the Amazon space. I had like 500 sales calls that year because we'd done
Hmm.
so much outbound. And everyone I talked to, whether they could be successful on Amazon or not, hated working with sales support. So I was like, sounds like an opportunity to me.
Yeah.
Let's get rid of all the clients. I sold them all to another agency who've still got them. They did a great job. I took on different team members and we started building the system. And then again, you start at zero. It takes forever to get things going and
I know.
start the
Hmm.
momentum machine. But
Hmm.
yeah, since then we've grown pretty quickly. We've got couple hundred accounts, 70 team members. We've just been
Wow.
growing for the last 3
Crazy.
years.
Yeah, I love it. To be honest, I love your story because it's very similar than mine.
Mm.
I also come from engineering background. I also then became a seller. Then I got bored, and then I did an agency. So it's like we followed the same steps. And on top of that, we were very close, living in the same area. So wow, it's like a clan.
Yeah, and my sister
But
moved to Italy, so you're like my
yeah,
Italian brother.
wow, wow, yeah, 100%. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, yes, I think what you do, what you did with Seller Candy is definitely something that disrupted the industry in the sense that it's something completely different, and I feel you definitely offering so much value with basically the solutions that you bring to the sellers. And I think at the same time, the reason why I want you to come today is because I bet like with all these accounts you currently supporting and with your team on a daily basis you have seen everything possible when it comes to Amazon Seller Central support. And I think for this episode, what I would like to focus is what are the latest things you have seen Seller Central support? And maybe we can start about what is the current situation right now when it comes to the delays when it comes to dealing with Seller Central support, because I have spoken with other colleagues in the space and we have seen a decline when it comes to dealing with Amazon for certain technical things or listings or appeals. And I would like to hear your take in here and maybe some tips how to navigate that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a challenge, isn't it? Um, yeah, I mean, the honest answer is, yeah, we've also seen a slowdown
Mm-hmm.
of getting things done, getting responses. And for us, I mean, the good thing about us is we take ownership of things. So
Mm-hmm.
when we work with a client and seller and agency and aggregator,
Yeah.
we have our own portal, they log the outcome and we take ownership. So at least when they give it to us, they don't need to think about it anymore. But if
Nice.
it's an urgent issue, we still have the issue now of managing expectations on both sides, the
Mm-hmm.
client side and Amazon side, because we always say we don't work magic. We just
Yeah.
follow best practice all day, every day, and call Amazon and create flat files and feed files and work around the system as much as possible. But it's their
Yeah.
system, and we don't do anything outside the system. Um, so when things slow down, like there's not that much we can do
Yeah.
apart from be very proactive and try and work around. So
Mm-hmm.
is it something actually we could do with a flat file and
Mm.
upload it and ask Amazon just to refresh, or call them, try and get escalated to the leadership team and get
Mm-hmm.
them to refresh?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, to be honest,
Good. That's good.
that's
I
what we
mean,
do.
and another question now that you bring, which is escalation. I'm pretty sure you have seen always these tips about, oh, if Amazon doesn't reply to you or they don't really do any action, send an email to Jeff Bezos or these other
Mm.
emails outside of Amazon. What is your take on that? Have you seen that actually working, or would you say that's the typical like hack people put out there, but realistically, the most efficient way is to do everything through Seller Center.
I would say, we help clients email Jeff. It works,
Okay.
but it's not the fastest way at all to get things
Yeah.
fixed unless it's a major
Hmm.
issue. One good way of getting things fixed is using your brand registry account. It's
Okay.
usually faster. Raising the ticket through the brand registry account, you should get a faster response, even if they just transfer it to the inner team.
Interesting.
And then continue
So that means
inside if
any
something.
issue, it would be faster to go to brand register and then get that transferred to Seller Center, right?
Maybe, maybe not. It depends.
Okay.
But if anything to do with listings at all, just do it through brand registry. And other
Okay.
stuff, they'll just transfer into the normal team.
Hmm.
One hack, which isn't a hack, it's just a funny story, to be honest,
Yeah.
if you want to hear it.
Yeah.
Um,
100%. Go for it.
I was on a sales call with Rosalind in Australia. Rosalind, if
Yeah.
you're watching, this is my story. I think
It's
it
for
was you
you.
that told me the story. She's the only person that's ever said, I have 100% success rate through getting through to the leadership team.
Wow.
And I was like,
Okay.
wow, what do you do? And she's like, well, she gets on the call. Something really bad had happened. Her ASIN was suspended. She was really not in a good place.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, so I just break down and crying on the call. And eventually they put me through to the leadership team. So
That's good.
I went back to my team and I was like, do we have an
Cry.
SOP for that? Is there any way we can just get all of our team to break down crying all the time?
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah, we
Just
need to
rely
find.
on
We
people
need to
that
find.
can
You need to find an actress or an actor that every single time you have something very bad, you just get on the phone and make like a scene and get everything transferred.
Stream Deck crying sounds.
Yeah, 100%. Now, what would you say right now, based on the history that you see of people using Seller Candy right now? What are the things people are struggling the most? Will you say something to do with appeals? Will you say it's flat files? What are the things people you see now they're struggling that they come to you and that's where you adding the most value? Because it would be interesting to know what right now Amazon sellers are having the most difficulty when it comes to navigating Seller Central, and some tips
Yeah,
if you can also share. Yeah.
sure. Yeah. So, I mean, when people come to us, they tend to either come with an issue because they've been referred by a partner and the partner's like,
Mm-hmm.
go and talk to Seller Candy, they'll fix your stuff for you.
Mm-hmm.
Or they come to us because they've heard about us through our marketing and they're like, I just don't want to deal with hiring people in the Philippines and
Yes,
training
of
them up
course.
just to do this technical stuff, because that level of technical competence you need, then oversight is such a pain to maintain. I'm sure you have the same experience with
I
your
know.
agency of like,
I know.
where
Yeah.
do I get super highly competent people who I don't need to look over their shoulder 24/7?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But anyway, we should about that pun.
Yeah.
Sales pitch.
No, that's fine. That's fine. To be honest,
Um,
I love to always go in depth and full transparency, so I love it. Don't worry.
Nice. So yeah, about 30% of people come for one specific issue. So 30% of that is doing with like, we get them on board with an ASIN suspension, writing an appeal.
Mhm.
I can't get these reviews to merge no matter how many times I bang my head against the monitor.
Mhm.
I can't get these ASINs to merge or unmerge, or stupid things like that, but they just drive people crazy and they get stuck and it's costing them a lot of money.
Mhm.
Our job, to be honest, I tell our team all the time at Seller Candy, is to give them an amazing experience and show them really what life can be like working with us. So part of the process is we have account health audit when we onboard somebody. So as we're fixing their issue, we also audit their account. We get on a call with them. We talk them through all of the potential opportunities in their settings and things that are wrong. And we give them a list of stuff they can give to us for us to do.
Okay.
So then they submit all this list of things. We help them with their account. We make their life easier. And then the goal is that because we're a subscription service, you stay with us because it's only month to month. We have to show our value every month.
Sure.
But they stay and they do all the other stuff, which is the other 70%, which is creating flat files, just anything to do with seller support. So our slogan for Prosper this year was never talk to seller support again.
Love it.
Yeah, we can make
Good.
it so you never sort seller support again. You just log things with us, and we take care of all the BS for you. So life
Very good.
becomes easier.
Yeah,
sweet.
I love it. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, one of the things I can imagine that people use a lot, and that's why I was waiting for your answer, is definitely that thing of merging listings, flat files, and so on, because I feel every single time you say to a seller, yeah, the only way you can fix this is with a flat file. I don't know why, but the freeze, they get so scared. They think
Mm,
this Excel is gonna delete their business, is gonna ruin everything. And it's great that you guys are there to support in this specific burner, which I know after talking a lot of sellers that's the case. Now, when it comes to working with seller canding, just to also understand a little bit about the whole process, how much information the actual seller must have, because the reality is that sometimes when a seller sometimes has an issue with seller central support, sometimes they don't even know how to explain the issue, or they
mm,
don't even know how to actually provide information that you guys might need. So just for audience to understand, let's say they have a suspension, they don't know why it happened, or an issue with the listing. What is usually the basic information you
mm.
guys will have to need to fix it? Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, I mean, what we do is I'll just take you through quickly through the sign up process because then that
Mhm.
explains how you get the
Sure.
information across.
Hmm.
So, anyone that signs up for us, they usually go to our website, they click the get a quote button. So, they
Hmm.
go through a form. So, we get some information, super simple, like only 3 or 4 questions. Then they book a
Hmm.
call with our product advisor and they go through and see if we can help because we never want to
That's
sign
good.
anyone up who we can't help because it's just, leads
Yeah,
to
something illegal or
poor
something that you cannot
situation all
really do
around.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
or something that's not within our wheelhouse, Like, no, we'll refer you to a partner and this partner can help you. That's what we always do. We
Hmm.
send people to partners. So it's always good to talk to us and we'll send you somewhere that can help.
Hmm.
Um, so then you sign up, we do the onboarding call, you get access to your portal. Then in the portal, it has kind of some drop down menus. I can even show you in a minute if you want, but we have the drop down. You can be like, do you want me to show you? I can
Yeah,
actually
sure.
show you.
Yeah, we can do that,
Yeah,
so
I can,
people
I can
can
expand
see
it.
the full dashboard, and that will be great for people to have
Yeah,
visibility of how the whole thing
screen.
works.
Oh, cool. I can no
So
longer see you because of StreamYard, but can you
yeah,
see my screen?
yes.
I'm going to try and
So
make it. Does that look better? Is that a good size?
yes, I think is loading, but now we can see it. There you go.
Awesome.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
this is Seller Candy in a nutshell. We've got a menu of services down here, which I can show in a second.
Hmm.
And then up here, it's got a submit a ticket button.
Okay.
So if something's wanting to happen, the client just types in their marketplace, or if they're an agency, you put in the name of the account just here.
Hmm.
And then the categories are broken down just like our menu. So it should be very intuitive, something like inactive listings and then a suppressed listing, for example,
Okay.
going
Hmm.
crazy. Putting the ace in here. And then because we work on a queue-based system, what that means is our clients pay us a flat fee per month, no matter what goes wrong with their account. They have a different amount of bandwidth based on their fee. So fee
Sure.
starts at 597 with 2 simultaneous tickets.
Hmm.
And that means you put it back of the queue, front of the queue, or do it now. This is costing me loads of money. This is an
Hmm.
important
Yeah,
one.
of course. Yeah.
So as we finish one thing, we open the next one, finish one, open the next one. So from those 2 tickets, you can get a lot of tickets done a month, but it just means we're working on 2 at a time.
Good. And
The
that
other,
means when I raise different tickets, I mean, it could even be the same subject, just different listings, and that's totally fine, right? It doesn't
yeah,
need to
totally
be
fine.
one ticket per subject. Okay, that's nice.
And then so you go subject, which is just to help you notice it. I put suppressed banana holder because
Hmm.
I don't know why. And
Good.
describe the outcome. Here, you just describe what you want to happen, attach a screenshot, but it could be, I raised this case already, they're driving me crazy, here's the case ID, or it could be as simple as fix this for me, figure out what's going on, because our
Mm,
team are ex-Amazon support agents. They know what's going on. We
nice.
hire them from Amazon. So they're just here. When our client submits something, it appears here. When our team responds, it appears below, and it also our client gets an email about it. They can
Hmm.
respond to that email. They just come in here once a day. It sees submitted, in progress, awaiting client response, awaiting Amazon response, and that's how they manage seller support from then
Good.
on. Just raise
Now,
it once.
that's very good. And a quick question before I forget, because I'm pretty sure sellers are going to ask this. I could see that you can select marketplaces. So right now,
Hmm.
Seller Candy, for which marketplaces can support Seller Central support?
Um, every English speaking marketplace, and Europe.
Oh,
So
nice.
really,
Okay,
we do
that's a big
everything apart
that's a
from
big
Japan.
bunch.
Yeah. I mean, everything's it's the same in most. We just don't do much Japan because we don't have many Japanese clients. Just to
Yeah,
share quickly, this
sure.
works.
Let's have a look. Yeah, I can't. I mean, just thinking about how crazy it must be doing Seller Central, but in Japanese. Oh my god.
Well, I mean, it is in English, but I don't. We don't really just don't
Yeah,
have any clients that sell a lot in Japan right now. But we could definitely
yeah,
do
yeah,
Japanese. We could hire some people.
yeah.
Um, so our menu, you can download this on the website. I think if you go to the
Nice.
website, you scroll down to our packages, and then it's hyperlinked in the package, our menu of service.
Mm-hmm.
And it does everything, shows everything from inactive listings to flat files, store updates, merging.
Mm-hmm.
We do reporting as well. We can help with inventory projection and produce interactive inventory
Mm.
projection for our
That's
clients.
interesting. So how does it work, this inventory report? Is so you can help with how much they need to order or something like that,
Mm. Yeah,
basically.
so we have Google Data Studio. We basically build custom reporting. So we download the
Mm-hmm.
data from Amazon, we format it, we look at their inventory limits, we look at their previous sales, and we help them identify how much needs to be in the Amazon warehouse and also
Mm.
their order levels. We got it all standardly pre-built, and it's something we help
Wow,
our clients with.
that's very interesting. Okay, good.
We also have account health issues. So if they're a reseller, then account
Mm-hmm.
health is one of their biggest focuses
Every single
because they're
day, you
continuously
know.
screwing things up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Shipments, reimbursements we do for an extra fee, and then basically anything that you can raise a case to start
Mm.
support about that's driving you nuts.
And I can see as well some, and this is just my agency mindset coming into play here. I can see here account management, and you guys also do like account audit, new market expansion, PPC reports. So this one, not even for agents, but also for sellers, would be very interesting. I guess with these reports, you can get a flavor of where your business at and and next steps, right? I guess with those reports.
Yeah, but we don't do full management. Like my goal with Seller Candy is never to
No,
compete with our clients, and more than
yeah,
50% of our clients are agencies. So
yeah.
it's just
But these
to
reports I
support,
get give you a
high
very
level.
very nice breakdown of your PPC or your account, and then potentially you could use that to give it to an
Mm.
agency that this is my account status and go from there. You see what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, good.
exactly. That's
Very
perfect.
interesting. Very interesting. Nice. Good. So now another thing I wanted to ask you regarding Sir Candy, so we can start concluding today's episode. So when it comes to sign up to Sir Candy, so it's a subscription model, and I guess what are usually some of the main perks between one and another? I think just to clarify and confirm, what's the number of cases you can open, right, at a single time?
Yeah, so different packages starting at 597 for a client,
Okay.
for a seller, which gives you
Okay.
unlimited marketplaces for one Amazon business. We
Okay.
went through a few iterations of that, but that's what seems to work best. And
Hmm.
from 1997, so $2,000 for an agency, and that does unlimited accounts with 10
Nice.
simultaneous tickets. So that's where agencies start at. And then work their way up from there. If you're, once you've got 100 accounts, 150 accounts, 200, you might want to upgrade.
Good.
So for that, you get the 2 simultaneous tickets at 597 or 3 simultaneous tickets for 797. As we
Hmm.
finish one, we open the next one, finish one, open the next one. And we manage your queue. So if you submit too much or if you
Nice.
submit something and we see it as urgent, one of our smart, competent people will be looking at your queue anyway and saying, are you sure that you don't want
Mm.
this one here? This seems like something that's a bit more urgent.
Yeah.
Because we want you to have a good experience. Like it's
Yes.
our goal for you to have a
That's
good
what matters,
experience.
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we have
Good.
a 30-day money back guarantee for the
I see.
first month. And then after that, you just need to give us 30 days notice if you want to leave. But we are there
Awesome.
to support you.
Good. And I can see as well, so we can also bring this to the table because I find it very interesting. I was having a look at the website as well. You guys are offering something that is the revenue recovery. Maybe you can touch a little bit on that if you can. Sounds interesting.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, so
Yeah.
revenue recovery is reimbursements. It's like
Okay.
Amazon reimbursements. Um, you know, you might be using somebody else. Like our ethos is, if you're using us and you like us and you've got regular communication with us, we are the best person to do your Amazon reimbursements because we already
Nice.
have a regular cadence of communication. So if we need anything from you, you're probably going to give it to us,
Yeah.
as opposed to other services who are like SaaSes, who you're
Hmm.
like, most people ignore emails from SaaSes, don't they? They're not like going to respond to it. So we make it
Yeah.
so that we can really help you get the max amount of money back by actually helping you help yourself by sending us the stuff we ask for.
Nice. That's very interesting. Yeah, I think usually that human touch is, and as you say, building that relationship. I think that's what I think is definitely setting Seller Candy apart, is that human part that you're always in constant communication with with the client, and I feel after building that, it's much easier to get the information, which I feel most of the time. I bet that's the issue. Like you ask for information, they don't provide it. But again, that's the process you guys trying to build here with this system. That's it's like a very nice dashboard. You have very intuitive next steps, and that's what make it so enjoyable. And after speaking to sellers, they're just loving it. So that's why I wanted to bring you on.
Oh, thank you. Who did you talk to? Out of interest.
Just sellers. I mean,
Hmm.
not nobody specific from the space. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, that's
But
awesome.
yeah, awesome job. And I think I don't know if you wanna mention anything else before we conclude to the episode. Any promotion, anything that you want to throw at us before we
Oh
finish?
yeah, I mean, I'd love to shamelessly plug the new thing we're working on if that works for you.
Sure. Yeah. Go on.
Two things. I'll plug two things while I'm here. Two things.
Okay.
I mean, I'll be here for another 30 minutes, but no, there's two things. The first one is that we understand that not everyone's ready for seller candy yet, but everyone struggles with seller support.
Hmm.
And so what we've been trying to do is we're building something to give back to the industry to actually
Hmm.
help people who can't afford us yet but still need the help.
Yes.
What we're calling it is Ask Seller Candy. Not Ask Candy, because if you say that too fast, it sounds really
Ask it.
weird. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Our team was saying that for the first month. We stopped it. So Ask
Yeah.
Seller Candy. What that means is you can create a login for our portal, and you can ask us up to 2 questions a month, free for the first, I think 3 to 6 months. I think it's 6 months.
Hmm.
And we will give you a written response of how to fix this thing. So we will
Nice.
tell you how to fix it. We won't do it for you. You have to pay for Seller Candy for that.
Yeah, of
But
course.
we'll tell you the steps that we would take to do it.
Wow.
And yeah, it's just a way of us giving back and helping
Wow.
people, and also getting you into our ecosystem, so that when you're ready, you can sign up to
Yeah,
use Seller
it's
Candy.
basically like a mini community that you have somebody to talk to, and you get the written response, and that you go and implement it yourself, which is very
Yeah,
good.
and you're asking an agent. You're basically asking a support agent.
Yeah,
So
not a
you're
random
asking
person in Facebook.
yeah, not a VA from somewhere else in the world in Facebook who
Yeah.
who's going to sell you something. Yeah, we're still trying to sell you something, but only after we really clearly
Yeah, of
explain
course.
like this is how you should do it.
Mhm.
Good for us, good for everyone. So that's
Nice.
one thing. The second thing is another thing I've been asked a lot over the past like 2 to 3 years,
Okay.
which is, do you do anything outside of seller support? And
Mm.
my answer is always no, we don't. But recently, people have been asking a lot about VAs, and like, what about if I want a VA to just be a general EA, like take stuff off my plate, stop
Mm.
mean it, so I don't. They won't do my, they won't do full account management, but they'll like be my supporter so that I can be
Yeah.
consistent in my actions, not just
Yeah.
all over the place like
Yeah,
most of
like
us entrepreneurs.
like the repetitive things on a daily basis that don't really add value to grow the business. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, email, creating small creatives for things
Hmm.
you're doing, outreach, booking things, talking to suppliers, all this stuff that a good
Hmm.
assistant can do. So my response has always been like, it's hard in the Philippines because there's a mindset gap between a lot of people hire in the Philippines and have issues churning employees because the person doesn't get them. They're not communicative enough. They can ghost
Hmm.
people. Like, you have issues with Filipino employees sometimes. So if
Hmm.
you don't hire them well. So what we're doing is we are merging mindset and recruiting in the
Okay.
Philippines into a VA service where we will hire you a VA, we'll manage them internally with internal one-to-ones, and we're really focusing on mindset. So we're calling it Magical VAs, and
Okay.
we're hiring and training mindset trained VAs for the e-commerce space outside of Seller Candy, but just to really just help people
Wow.
get the support they need and free them from the daily BS of stuff they don't want to do, basically.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Yeah, because I agree with you. The issue, I mean, don't get me wrong, VAs are amazing, and you can definitely
Yeah.
find very good ones. But yes, it's difficult sometimes, especially if they don't come from the mindset of Amazon or e-commerce, and they're just general VAs. That it's difficult to adapt to the workflow, and all those things. So yeah, I think you're gonna crush it with that. So let me know once it's out, and maybe we can do another podcast, and we can talk about that for sure.
Oh, thank you. And we just placed our first one. We're building the system, and we're building an amazing team out there who's building the business
Nice,
currently of VAs, but
nice.
ex supporters. And the cool thing is, for not that much money, you can hire ex mid level
Yeah.
managers, people who've hired, trained, HR experience. Like,
Yeah.
this
That
is
in
the
the
thing. This is
US
the
will
mindset
cost
right
you
there.
thousands. Yeah.
Yeah, but thousands per person for like less than $5,000. You can put together a full full operational team before we launched the business. So
Yeah.
that's
Very
what I
good.
love
Very
about people over there. They're great people.
nice, nice. Awesome. So yeah, thank you very much, John. I mean, it's been a pleasure to talk to you. You have very exciting things coming up, and I love your entrepreneurial mindset. So definitely we need to catch up in person soon. Yes, thank you for what you're doing with Seller Candy. I think it's definitely provide a lot of value to the Amazon community. I'm gonna make sure I put all the information down in the description for everybody listening. So in the notes of the podcast, and that's it. So looking forward to have you on the next one. Yeah, it's been a pleasure, man.
Yeah. Thanks, Vincenzo. Always happy to come.
Yeah, thank you. Bye bye.